everyone, welcome to BOMISpirit. This is going to be the weekly intuitive astrology reading for August 15th to the 21st. It feels really good to be back. Some of you guys already know that I was away co-hosting a retreat, which was amazing. It went so well. It was a great experience. And then I came back, some stuff happened, so I had to deal with life and take care of that stuff, take care of myself, really. So now I am back, okay? For those who are new, the way this works, I go over the astrology of the week, and then I go ahead and I pull cards and I give you my 2 cents on it, and I also do channeling as well. Because I'm still recovering, I'm just gonna play it by ear as far as doing actual channeling work and see how I feel in the moment, okay? But let's go ahead and before we get started, don't forget to subscribe, like, share, comment, and check out the website for everything that we have going on right now, okay? Okay, all right, now let's get started. Okay. So this week, actually, before I get started on the astrology this week, we recently had the full moon in Aquarius. I talked about it on Patreon. I haven't uploaded it to Vimeo. I don't know if I will, but if you're curious about the full moon in Aquarius, you can go ahead and find it on Patreon, okay? Any tier has access to that, by the way. The full moon in Aquarius, while the full moon in Aquarius is offering challenges and adversity, it's helping us to be successful. Finding success also with people and within groups, collaborations, success, and also being uniquely ourselves and being also creative within that context, okay? So it's really, really great full moon for that. Big plans happening under full moon Aquarius was something that I was picking up on when I was doing the live on Patreon. Excuse me. Yeah, big plans, big planning energy. And this week we do have Mercury in Virgo creating some aspects that also is going to assist in those big plan making energies that we're going to be dealing with, okay? I'm not going to get into the nitty gritty as far as like this specific aspect, this specific aspect, this specific aspect. I'm going to tell you what I think is important to know. So again, talking about Mercury in Virgo, towards the end of the week is when it starts to become prominent as it's working with Neptune in Pisces and Pluto in Capricorn. But before getting into that big planning energy, we do have an amazing trine happening with Venus and Jupiter. They're both in fire signs, Aries and Leo respectively. That is going to be very strong on the 18th, prevalent throughout the week, but strongest on the 18th. That is like every time we have Venus and Jupiter in a positive aspect, we are really happy. We want to see something like that. That's bringing luck, that's bringing fortune, that's bringing ease and happiness and excitement and joy with relationships, any kind of socialization of any kind, really. Also in also in terms of money, wealth, finances. There's also a great time to accept any offers that are coming in. You don't have to accept it just because Venus and Jupiter are working together, but it can bring some luck, some good luck and good fortune to any offers that are coming your way around that time. Now, it's also great for romance, relationships, sexual energy, that sort of thing. We also have Mars working with Pluto in the beginning of the week. It really starts to peter out though by the end. Like it's not very prominent, but it will be there. It'll be strong enough, prominent enough, while Venus is working with Jupiter. With Mars working with Pluto in a trine, that energy also enhances sexual energy and passions get kind of intense. It also helps us to be more ambitious and goal-oriented and goal-focused, so getting more into the whole planning thing, right? But if you are really focused on romance and flirting and fun and dating, middle of the week is highly aspected for that, if you're looking for a specific day to go out with somebody or whatever. Now, if you're focusing more on like the planning and goals and working with people and collaborating and new ideas and new ventures, that sort of deal, this whole week is well aspected for it because the full moon itself was also very well aspected for it. I say that because Mars working with Pluto, but also because we do have Mercury in Virgo. Now, getting to the end of the week, what I was going to mention before, with Mercury in Virgo working with Neptune and Pluto, something to keep in mind, they're kind of opposing energies because Mercury's in opposition to Neptune, and that can create some confusion around plans and around trying to understand things, trying to understand what's available to you. It also can create confusion amongst relationships where you're trying to have these kind of collaborations and conversations. But on the flip side of that, Mercury trine Pluto literally is like the opposite of that. It's like it actually brings clarity, it brings insight. It also brings a sense of a strong mental energy, like feeling really confident about our ideas, feeling really confident about the way we're communicating with people. So either way, even though they're opposing, I really think this week is positively aspected for dealing with people in any capacity. But also if you are trying to like fine tune your own plans for things that you want to work on or things that you want for yourself, it's still well aspected. I would just recommend taking your time. Because Neptune can bring confusion, but Pluto brings that deep analytical eye. It brings that deep insight. If you take the time, right? If you take the time to use it for that purpose. So just take your time. Take your time. And also have some fun with that Venus-Jupiter energy. Like, totally use that to your advantage because we don't have that happen very often every year. It happens every year, but not very often. Yeah. Wow, I said that really fast. I didn't think I would. Wasn't trying to either. I think because I haven't talked in a while, like in this context. Also, something to note: Mars is moving into Gemini on the 20th of August. That Mars in Gemini is going to be there for quite some time, because we do have Mars going retrograde in Gemini in October, on October 23rd to be specific. And then it has to go through the entire retrograde period and go direct and move out of Gemini to actually move into Cancer, but that's not going to be till 2023. So Mars Gemini energy for quite a long time. I would definitely take a look at your own charts. For where that could be affecting you personally. So for me, I'm a Cancer rising, so that's going to be going through my 12th house personally. Should be interesting. I mean, for me, it's also an interesting case because I'm also having a Mars return because my Mars is actually retrograde Gemini, natally speaking. So I actually think it's going to be really beneficial for me personally. But for most people, Mars retrogrades it creates a difficulty with being active, creates a difficulty with being productive and getting things done, being motivated, that sort of deal. So plan accordingly. Mars in Gemini also really likes to do new things. Mars in Gemini likes to decide to, you know what, I'm going to study this. You know what, I'm going to go travel here. You know what, I'm going to go try this for the first time. That's Mars Gemini energy. And when it goes retrograde, you can't decide, you actually want to do it. That's Mars retrograde Gemini energy that we're all going to be in store for. I look at it as being a little spastic energy because it's also air. It's air. And you're putting it in Mars, right? So it's like, it makes us like almost quick, but because it's a retrograde, there's muddiness around it. So again, you might have all these ideas or you might want to try new things, but you can't seem to be able to do it or put it into practice or follow through or whatever. That's Mars Gemini retrograde energy. I forget how many months it's going to be retrograde. I feel like it's going to be retrograde for a couple months, if I'm not mistaken. But again, it starts on the 23rd of October. Okay. Anything else I want to mention about this week? Oh, in the beginning of the week, we do have a little snafu with Saturn and the Sun, but I'm not worried about it, especially because we have Venus and Jupiter smack dab in the middle of the week, giving us lots and lots of optimistic energy and luck and all of that, and we like that. Even yeah, I'm not worried about it because even with Mars working with Pluto, that's very positive and really brings us confidence in going after what we need to and achieving whatever it is we're setting our eyes on. And even with Mercury work with Neptune and Pluto at the end, in that kind of like tug of war energy of confusing and I don't understand versus deep analytical thought and I can figure anything out. Yeah, I'm not worried about it. I'm not worried about Saturn and the Sun. Okay. Yeah, I guess that is all I have to say, astrologically speaking. For where this can affect you personally, I would look to giving you signs and degree ranges to look at. Excuse me. Actually, all the earth signs are kind of present here, aren't they? With Virgo, Taurus, and Capricorn. So first of all, before I get into that, earth signs and fire signs, you're going to be feeling the energies of the week the most. Like those of you who have like stelliums in earth signs, or actually any fire sign, because we have Aries and Leo here too. I mean, Sag obviously is not present, but it's the sister energy, right? Oh, excuse me. Fire signs, you're probably going to feel actually very, very good about yourself. Fire signs are probably going to have like the most fun week. Earth signs, I feel like you're going to be very busy. I think my earth signs are going to be very busy and very, very focused. Relationships are going to be interesting this week too. I'm getting that like magician energy with communication. This is something that I think applies to everybody, not just my earth signs, but Virgos, you're probably going to experience this more than other people. I'm hearing silver tongue, like the ability to talk people into things, the ability to influence people. You can say manipulate. I feel like that has such like a negative connotation, but the ability to talk your way through things, talk people into things, persuade people, that's going to be prevalent this week for sure for everybody. Yeah, so coming back to the signs really quick, Capricorn, Virgo, and Taurus, I would look at all three of these. Looking at degrees. I would say 25 to 29 degrees. 25 to 29 degrees, Virgo, Capricorn, and Taurus. I feel really good about the earth energies. It's like the earth energies to me in this week, I think are really geared towards goal-oriented energy, being focused on achieving things, being focused on making changes where need be, making plans, like that sort of vibe is what I think is going to be going on in those houses. I think Pluto's actually helping us a lot this week. I know normally we look at Pluto and we go, no. We don't really look at Pluto and go like, oh God, what is Pluto intensifying now? But Pluto is actually intensifying like confidence and sexual energy, and having a clearer understanding of how we need to go about things. Like that's what Pluto is helping us with right now, which I think is awesome. And that's gonna be happening with Capricorn. With Taurus, that's definitely the Mars energy. Uranus is there too, but really not strongly. Not talking about like the majority of the week. Under the full moon Aquarius, Uranus was very important. Excuse me. But again, Mars is that driving force, right? We're talking about Taurus. And then Virgo is where we're going to have like our minds are going to be with Virgo basically this week is how I would put it, because Mercury is going to be there. So that's going to be your communication, what you're thinking, what your plans are, that sort of deal. Okay. And like I said, with the fire energy, that's going to be fun. That's fun. That's luck. That's romance. That's having a good ass time, where we have Leo and Aries. I feel like we're going to feel it more with Leo, though. I feel like we're going to feel it more with Leo. And let's see. I would look to... What degree ranges for that? I would say 5 to 10 degrees. 5 to 10 degrees Leo, and don't ignore Aries there, because it's assisting through Jupiter. Okay? Okay, so that's all the astrology of the week. Oh, excuse me. Let me think. Can you guys tell my voice is different? Going through some strange integrations this last week. I'm just deciding if I'm going to pull cards or not. My throat's like, don't do it. But I don't want to do just an astrology portion this week, though. Like, happy in me is like, no, do more. Don't stop. And I actually have a couple new decks, too, that I was excited to share with you guys. I can't decide. I'm being a Libra right now. I don't know, I'm getting dragons all of a sudden. All of a sudden I feel like dragons. I don't know, that's confirmation for somebody, but yeah, I'm just getting a lot of dragons for some reason. You know what? Okay. I'm gonna use the Dreams of Gaia deck. That's what I'm gonna do. Okay. And this is gonna be a collective message. I'm not gonna be doing for each sign until I'm like 100% recovered. Any messages or insights for the collective, for the week? Keep giving me dragons. I think there's going to be a lot of people meeting each other under this full moon period. So we're talking that those 2 weeks between the full moon Aquarius and new moon Virgo. So this week obviously applies to that. Venus working with Jupiter also is going to help out a lot. You might meet somebody in a very serendipitous way, a very crazy way. All the Pluto energy might also bring up some karmic relationships, or some relationships that are very activating for you, bring on intense feelings for you or intense passions for you, or very triggering for you. That could even happen. So just something to keep in mind. Feel a lot of feminine energy coming in now, like Queen of Cups, Queen of Fire, even getting a little Queen of Earth. Yeah, I'm getting a lot of Queen energy now. Any messages or insights for the collective for this week? Let's see. Ooh. So we have Journey in reverse. So something else that's going on in the background astrologically, I didn't talk about it because it's something that is more long-term, but is going to be building. So Saturn square Uranus. Saturn's in Aquarius, Uranus is in Taurus. That particular aspect, Saturn Aquarius square Uranus Taurus, was plaguing us through 2020, 2021. That's the aspect in my mind that I was really attributing to all these crazy restrictions that we were having with the pandemic and with traveling and currency and work and all that stuff and seeing people. That aspect creates restrictions. It creates delays. It creates obstacles. It can make us feel really pinned down in a corner, like we have absolutely no control over things, and we're being forced to do things we don't want to do. Really forces us to feel anxious and to learn to adapt to that. It also can bring about changes that we don't want, or make us feel like we have to make choices to change things in the way that we don't want to, just because we don't have a choice. Like, that's the kind of energy at play. Now, it's happening. Like, that square is here. It's really weak, though. It's really weak. It's going to get stronger. It actually gets strongest at the beginning of October, end of September. So a few weeks, a couple weeks. 3 weeks, like 3 weeks before Saturn goes direct and Mars goes retrograde, essentially. So it's building in the background, and Uranus is going to go retrograde too really soon. I think actually the week after this one, the one that I'm talking about. That Uranus retrograde, I think, is going to add a restlessness, but it's actually going to tone down the chaos, but it's going to add a restless energy to it. Anyway, why am I bringing this up? I'm bringing this up because I'm feeling that energy here with Journey in reverse. There's a feeling here of not acknowledging where you're at in your path. Like, that's what I'm feeling here. Maybe feeling some obstacles, some roadblocks, feeling like you have to take a detour. You got to make a change. Yeah, you got to make a change. You got to make a shift. And I think the change that is being asked of you, or even imposed upon you, what you're being asked to see, I'll say it that way. What you're being asked to see about your current journey, like where you're currently at in your life, the things that you should be changing, walking away from, or even embracing, but you're not. This is like, I'm going to keep my eyes closed to these things because I don't want to look at them. I don't want to see that these are things that should be changing, or that are changing, or that I need to embrace, etc., etc., etc. But I feel like things are going to be a lot better than you're anticipating. Some of you guys are going to have to say goodbye to some things that have brought you a lot of joy and a lot of security. I'm also feeling that too. But I feel like more security is coming. Like, a different form of security is coming. A different form of predictability is coming. I don't think you see that yet, though. You might have to kind of be turning in for a while. I'm feeling that a little bit for my earth signs. Especially my Cappies. Hi, Cappies. Yeah. I think that's also why it's like, I don't really want to look at this right now. Yeah, you're being asked to work. You're being asked to put in some hard work, at least some diligence, some discipline, and some consistent focus, consistent effort into embracing whatever this is, or making these specific changes. And you don't want to look at it right now. I promise it'll be better if you do. I promise. Yeah, wow. 5 of air in reverse. You'll be better for it. Okay, you'll definitely be better for it. This indicates to me there's definitely a little bit of ego there. There's definitely a little bit of like, I don't want to really look at the reality of this. I don't really want to look at the truth of this right now in its full context. It's interesting too because I still feel like you have a little bit of this excitement of like of how things could be better and like getting things that you want or having a certain way of living that you'd like to have, but really accepting what it requires is like it's asking you to drop a little bit more of that ego to embrace what that requires. God, I hope this is translating well. I'm trying to think of an example. You can't play it safe. That's what it is. Thank you. That's what it is. You can't play this safe. So that part of your ego that wants you to play it safe, that's what you have to stitch apart. No playing it safe. Can't play it safe. Can't play it safe. Not if you want to achieve whatever it is you actually want and would make you happy. Can't play it safe. And I will say, before I continue, sometimes having that level of discomfort of this is a risk, not playing it safe. I gotta be all in. I gotta be all gung-ho. I gotta be in Saturnian discipline, get this shit done, get myself there mode. Having that level of discomfort is actually a great motivator. When things are really stable for a long time, it creates this illusion of invincibility to some extent, or this illusion that like things can't be things can't fall apart or things can't change. But if things don't change, we don't grow, right? And we don't have new experiences. We don't have like new excitement coming in. Life can get a little stale. But when we're really comfortable, we tend to not try things. We tend to not go after new things. We tend to not push ourselves. We tend to not push ourselves. Yeah. Any other messages or insights for this week? Any other messages? Ooh. Okay. I knew I felt feminine energy on the bottom. Anyway, we had 2 other cards come out here. So we already addressed these 2, right? Can't play it safe. And then we have this. Is it 6? Yeah, I thought that. Oh, no, it's 4. It's 4. Feeling 6 with that, though. So you have the 4 of Earth in reverse with the 10 of Air. 10 of Air in this position, I'm really happy it's here because this is about listening to yourself. Listening to your own truth, listening to your own intuition, really acting as your own counsel, which is exactly what's needed here because it's basically telling you you got to do what you got to do and you can't play things safe right now. That 4 of Earth in reverse does speak of resources, does speak of something's not steady. Something's not steady and something does need to change, and you need to acknowledge that. It's time to acknowledge the thing that is not steady, the thing that needs to change. The thing that needs to change. And you got to do it your way. You can't do it the way everyone else is doing. Yes, oh my God, here we go. You can't do it the way everyone else is doing. Full Moon Aquarius, you have to do it your way, your unique way, whatever your unique situation is, and you can't play it safe. But that doesn't mean that, you're going to totally fail. It doesn't mean that, also doesn't mean it's going to be super easy either. But the fact that it's going to be on your terms for whatever this unique situation is for you, I don't know, there's like a level of like accomplishment there that I think is going to be even more satisfying to do it your way and not the way everybody else is doing it. And that's honestly also something everyone, I think, I'm gonna take that back. Use my words carefully. Trying to check myself. If every single person on this planet just lived their life according to their own unique needs, truth, skills, and just nurtured that, we'd have a lot less problems in this world. We would. because we need everybody to be different. We need everybody to be unique. We need everybody to bring their own unique perspective to the table and their unique skills to the table. Trying to have people do things a standard way, it just doesn't work. For a collective stability, it doesn't work. Ooh, got a little sunlight going on there. Overall, we do have the Queen of Water in reverse, and I knew I was feeling that feminine energy. Wow. With the Ace of Fire, I really like seeing that. Especially with the 10 of Air being here, with you acting as your own counsel and doing things your way from your own level of truth. The Ace of Fire here is also your own passion, your own motivation. And it also speaks of a new beginning and a new path. But with the Queen of Water in reverse, again, I'm feeling a little bit of that denial. I'm feeling a little bit of like not acknowledging what it is that you really do want to do and pursue. You have to get out of your comfort zone. That's what this is. You got to get out of your comfort zone, and you can no longer play it safe. We're in a great time right now to get really good ideas, to get really well organized, and to eventually, and also to meet people who want to help us. That's also a big part of what the energy is. The energies that we're in right now as a collective, especially from the full moon Aquarius. We're not alone in any of this, and we don't have to be alone in any of this. And anything we're finding challenging, there are people there who either have the same goal or want to fight for the same cause, or who actually just care and believe in you and want to invest in you and want to help you and support you. Really important time to meet these people. With the full moon Aquarius, another big thing I was getting wasn't just big plans, but also teams. Like, time for teams to assemble is kind of what the vibe I was getting with full moon Aquarius. And with this week, time to meet these people, and also time to keep honing in on your own personal plans. Yeah, but we have to get out of denial first for that, right? Yeah. Okay. Anything else? I don't think I want to pull anything else. Ooh, okay. I will pull like a parting message from one of my new decks. Hold on a second. If I could unbury it. Hold on a second. From Earth Warriors deck. I just love, oh God, I love the art illustration in this deck. It's so beautiful. Also very, very powerful cards. Okay. Can I get a parting message for the collective, please, regarding this week? Can I get a parting message for the collective regarding this week? She with the Andean Emerald Heart, Pachamama. Oh my God, so beautiful. So let's go ahead and read this one. $38. Okay. Pachamama, the goddess of the earth, honored by the indigenous peoples of the Andes, holds space for many different creatures to live within her field, including the beautiful, dangerous, and divine humanity. She knows that life thrives through diversity. She's able to foster life with such genius and generosity because there is no fear preventing her from holding space for the new to emerge. Be open to the new and the different in yourself and your life. Trust, like the Earth Mother, as an act of devotion. She's watching over you as you evolve to manifest the fullness of your sacred and original life purpose. Don't hold back from what is happening. Things need to change. Literally, that's what it says. Things need to change. So let them change. It may seem chaotic or overwhelming now. However, when you realize that you don't need to figure it all out, you will relax, allowing the wisdom of what is happening at a deeper level to unfold. Trust that your inner resources are enough and will grow to meet your needs for soul expression in the world. You may sometimes feel like you're juggling too many projects with too few arms. The Divine Mother can help you if you trust her to keep an eye on things and guide the process for you. This oracle indicates that peace and harmony will eventually triumph over conflict and challenge, bringing about a new way of being. I'm going to read that last sentence again. There's something about the other one that gave me chills. This oracle indicates that peace and harmony will eventually triumph over conflict and challenge, bringing about a new way of being. No one can play it safe. None of us can afford to play it safe. I also want to say that too. We live in a crazy world right now, and we can't go back to how things were. We just can't. It's like not possible. It's not possible, and the other powers that be, don't need to name names, are not going to let that happen either. They're not. And the more we just try to hold on to that, the more we try to hold on to how we've always been living, the harder it's going to be, the more of a struggle it's going to be, and also the more suffering there's going to be unless we just decide, okay, time to break away and create a new plan, right? It's time. Can't play it safe. Okay? All right, guys, I'm going to go, but I hope you really enjoyed this reading and got a lot out of it, and I will see you guys very soon, okay? Take care.